here with Caroline and Trevor Breen and Peter, the UK distributor from Helite. Thank you so much for having us, guys, in your absolutely amazing facilities. We're very excited. Peter, how does it feel to be able to come to an amazing yard like this with top sports show jumpers and, you know, using Helite jackets?
No, we're just very, very grateful to Trevor and Caroline for allowing us to come into their world, see a top show jumping yard and talk about safety, really, because our message is very much a safety message. That's what we're trying to do, and
absolutely,
we're very grateful for this opportunity. So.
And I think, Trevor, you know, everybody knows sadly what happened to you recently, and only 4 months you're back in the saddle, which we're so happy to see, and you must be absolutely delighted to be back riding, but this couldn't really come at a better time to be promoting that safety aspect.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that you know, this partnership has happened after my fall. I haven't worn an air jacket previous to now, but I'm going to from now on, and I think it's a tool there to help safety in what we do, which is a dangerous sport. We're all aware of those dangers, but if we can kind of prevent any or mitigate those risks in any way, then why not do it?
Absolutely, and I think, you know, you've got a big yard, a lot of people here, so for you guys, you know, do you think that it is great to have all your yard in a Helite? That's a great message for other people to do the same.
Yeah, and that's what we're kind of going for. You know, the guys Helite are going to kind of put everyone in a jacket, and yeah, we're kind of going to be saying, yeah, I think this is the way forward, and like I said, you know, there's risk whether you're just walking along or whether you're jumping big jumps. You can always fall off and hurt yourself, you know, moderately or seriously. So like I said, you know, if you can decrease those risks in any way, then it's kind of silly not to.
Yeah, of course. And Caroline, I know you've ridden in a Helite jacket for a very long time,
I have,
and as well as your daughter Mia is also using one, so it's really important to you as a family.
Yeah, exactly. I think for me, it was a really easy decision. Obviously, I do a lot of training, show jumping myself, and looking at people having falls, and you know, I just don't understand why you wouldn't wear one. There's, you know, it's you're giving yourself that extra couple % of safety. Yeah. Obviously, have a daughter which show jumps, so she knows no different really than to wear one. It's like, you know, when years and years ago when people didn't wear riding hats, which thankfully now this has all changed as a standard, you know, but maybe behind the scenes or whatever, but she gets on and puts the air jacket on, and she knows no different, and that is really sort of setting an example to the younger generation and sort of getting rid of this stigma about, you know, it's not cool or whatever. It is cool because you know, you only have one life and one you know, one body, and as Trevor said, it's a risky sport, so why on earth would you not just take a couple extra % of being safe? So for me, it was a no-brainer, and I feel very comfortable in it, and I like to wear it on top of my show jacket, and I like to promote it. You know, look at me, I'm wearing one. You know, it's cool, and it should be the done thing, really.
Yes, it's very difficult to underestimate the importance of promoting it into youngsters. You know, our sales are up 25% this year with child sizes, and that is very much down to examples like you, Caroline, where you've taken it on, adopted it as a family. And so it's very encouraging to see that the sales are growing at a younger level, because once you start in it, you are very likely to carry on. It's a change in habit. Once it becomes a habit, it's very easy to wear. And so it's very encouraging to see this, and we're very grateful for this. So.
Definitely, very inspiring. So, Trevor, would you have a message for anyone that's thinking about a Helite, hasn't really, you know, made that jump to using one? Have you got a message to people what they should be doing?
I think just it's very simple. Just you know, use one really. I've just started using it. You know, it's very easy getting the habit of using it, of clipping yourself in and out. I haven't made the mistake so far anyway. And it is in my head to do it. I was one of those people who didn't wear a riding hat up until maybe 10-12 years ago at home. And I started doing that, and it's like it's like everything.
Why did you start doing that?
Because Caroline was annoying me, and it was eventually just easier
I'm
to
persistent.
do it. It was just easier to do it to kind of keep her off my back. So, But now I wouldn't ride a horse without a
It
hat.
feels weird not to.
It's literally, I feel naked on a horse if I didn't have a hat on. And okay, while I'm not there yet with the Helite jacket, I'm sure I will be very soon.
Yeah, I think it's crazy though. I was saying earlier, like we used to ride in the warm-up arena. Do you remember? And no one would wear a hat. And then you'd put your hat on, then go in the arena. It's like, but I do think now more and more, you know, there is more accidents, you know, being brought to us, and we're all seeing it more. I do think in time this will be mandatory, and it should be. Do you not agree? Like I think we should all be wearing a Helite jacket and taking safety a lot more serious. Like motorcyclists, you know, they are fully equipped, aren't they? I mean, you know a lot about the motorcyclists.
It is creeping into motorcycling, mandating it, and I think it will happen in time. The Airjacket standard, we're told reliably, will be introduced in 2025. So as soon as we see that standard arrive, I can see the FEI getting more interested in adopting and promoting and maybe mandating.
I think also for insurance purposes of like us running a yard, having riders, having maybe not just a rider but a groom that rides, I can see it being a big industry standard of you need to be wearing an air jacket, otherwise you're not covered for insurance. So I think if we can get ahead of the game now and try and promote that, then that's
really important, because it's best practice. You are adopting best practice, so which is really important in your health and safety of a top yard here. You have to have the best. It's the devil's in the detail very often, and then these things are making a big difference.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for chatting to us. It's so wonderful to see you back in the saddle, and we can't wait to follow you in your new Helite. Thank you so much.